The Happy Divorce, Melissa. Banner was strung across my own living room, pink and gold letters sparkling above the heads of 30 guests who'd gathered to celebrate the end of my marriage, while I was supposedly at a medical conference in Seattle. My mother-in-law Janet was directing traffic like a wedding planner, wearing the same dress she'd worn to our wedding 5 years ago, which seemed deliberately cruel even for her. The real twist was seeing my wife Melissa's face when I walked through the door. She looked like she'd seen a ghost, standing frozen with a champagne flute halfway to her lips, surrounded by gift bags labeled Fresh Start and New Beginnings. "Surprise," I said cheerfully, holding up the bottle of champagne I'd brought. "Sorry I'm late to my own anniversary party. Traffic from the airport was murder." The room fell silent except for the pop music playing from the speaker, ironically, our wedding song. Melissa's sister Emma slowly lowered her phone, which had been recording what I assumed was meant to be a victorious speech. "Brian," Melissa's voice came out as a squeak. "You're supposed to be in Seattle. Conference was canceled. Funny thing, Dr. Patterson called to check on me since I missed the opening keynote." I set the champagne on the gift table, next to a box labeled Divorce Survival Kit. Imagine my surprise when I told him I was there. Janet recovered first, her pageant queen smile snapping into place. "Brian, this is a divorce shower?" I gestured to the banner, the cake shaped like broken wedding rings, the party games scattered on the coffee table with titles like Pin the Blame on the Ex and Newly Single Bingo. Creative theme for an anniversary party, Janet. Though I'm hurt you didn't coordinate with me. I would have brought different wine. Melissa set down her champagne with shaking hands. "This isn't what it looks like." "Really?" "Because it looks like your parents threw you a party to celebrate divorcing me. On our anniversary. In our house." I picked up one of the gift bags, peering inside. Lingerie. Interesting choice for a divorce gift. Unless. "Brian, honey, let me explain." "Oh, please do." I walked further into the room, noting familiar faces, her college friends, work colleagues, cousins who'd been at our wedding. "I'm fascinated to hear how this isn't what it looks like." Melissa's father, Robert, stepped forward. He'd never liked me, had made that clear from day one. Not successful enough for his little girl, despite my orthodontic practice doing quite well. "Now see here, Brian. Melissa deserves better than a man who's never home, who prioritizes his practice over his wife." "You mean the practice that paid for this house? The one that funds Melissa's boutique that's never turned a profit?" I kept my voice pleasant. "That practice. Money isn't everything," Janet interjected. "Melissa needs emotional support, romantic attention. Like she's been getting from Derek?" I watched Melissa's face drain of color. "He called while I was driving home, by the way. Said he can't make it tonight. Something about his wife being suspicious." The room erupted in whispers. Melissa stepped toward me. "How did you know about Derek? Or about this party?" I pulled out my phone, scrolling to my messages. Funny thing about shared iCloud accounts. Your mom's invite was very detailed. "Come celebrate Melissa's freedom. The house is ours, Brian's at a conference. You've been spying on me?" Melissa tried for indignation, but it fell flat. "No, sweetheart. You've been sloppy." I walked to the mantelpiece, where our wedding photo still sat, though I noticed it had been turned face down. 3 months of book club meetings at the Marriott downtown. Very dedicated to literature. "Melissa's happiness is what matters," Janet declared, rallying her troops. "She's been miserable for months. You neglected her." I worked 60-hour weeks to keep her boutique afloat. I turned to face the crowd. Show of hands. How many of you have ever seen Melissa's boutique turn a profit? Anyone? No. Emma finally spoke up. "She's an artist. The boutique is about passion, not profit." "Right. Passion." I pulled out a wrapped box from my jacket. "Speaking of passion, I brought an anniversary gift. Should I put it with the divorce presents, or?" Melissa reached for it automatically, then pulled back. "Brian, can we talk privately?" "Why?" "Your parents didn't think privacy was necessary when planning this party in our home." I set the box on the coffee table. "Go ahead. Open it. I think your guests will find it educational." She stared at the box like it might explode. Janet reached for it. "I'll open it if you won't." "No." Melissa grabbed it, her hands trembling as she unwrapped it. Inside was a folder. She opened it slowly, her face cycling through confusion, recognition, and then horror. "What is it?" Emma craned to see. "Our prenup," I said helpfully. "The one Melissa insisted we didn't need, but I required anyway. Page 12 is particularly interesting," the infidelity clause. Robert snatched the papers. This is ridiculous. Prenups can be challenged. By all means try. I smiled. Though you might want to check page 18 first. The part where Melissa acknowledges the boutique is funded entirely by my practice and remains my asset. You bastard, Janet shrieked. You trapped her. I protected myself. There's a difference. I looked around the room. Though I am curious about the timeline here. When exactly did you all decide my marriage was over? Before or after Derek came into the picture? 6 months ago, Melissa said quietly, still staring at the papers. When you missed our anniversary dinner for an emergency patient. The 8-year-old who'd broken 4 teeth in a skateboarding accident? I nodded. Yes, how selfish of me. I'm sure Derek would have let the kids suffer. Derek appreciates her. Emma burst out. He makes time for her. Derek is married with 3 kids, I pointed out. His time consists of Tuesday afternoons at the Marriott. But sure, true love. How dare you judge? Janet started. How dare I? I laughed, actually laughed. You're throwing a divorce party in my house for my wife on our anniversary, and I'm the one being judged? It's Melissa's house too, Robert declared. No, it's not. I pulled out another document. It's my house. Purchased before marriage. Never added her name to the deed. Just like the prenup specifies. The room had gone very quiet. I could see various guests trying to edge toward the door. But I decorated it, Melissa said weakly. I made it a home. With my money, which the prenup classifies as marital support, not investment. I gestured to the banner. Though I see you're ready to redecorate again. Maybe Derek will let you decorate the Marriott room. Stop it. Melissa threw the papers at me. You want to humiliate me? Fine. Yes, I'm seeing Derek. Yes, I want a divorce. Yes, my parents have been supporting me because you're a cold, calculating machine who cares more about teeth than his wife. Interesting. I pulled out my phone again. Should I read the text you sent Emma last week? Brian's working late again. Perfect excuse to CD. Thank God he's so predictable. Emma's face flushed. You hacked her phone? Shared account, remember? We set it up when we got married. When we trusted each other. I scrolled through more messages. Here's a good one. Parents hiring lawyer. We'll take him for everything. House, practice, savings. He won't know what hit him. Several guests were now openly heading for the door. The party atmosphere had completely evaporated. You know what the really sad part is? I asked, looking directly at Melissa. I would have given you a fair divorce. If you'd just talked to me. Been honest. But this. I gestured around the room. This is who you really are. Brian. She reached for me, tears starting to fall. Save it. I stepped back. Your boyfriend Derek? I had lunch with his wife yesterday. Lovely woman. She's filing for divorce too. Apparently, you're not his first affair. Or his second. Or his 5th. Melissa sank onto the couch. What? She's taking him for everything. And she has better lawyers than your parents can afford. I smiled coldly. Hope you enjoyed those Tuesday afternoons. They cost Derek his house, his business, and his kids. You contacted his wife? Robert stepped forward, fists clenched. You destroyed their marriage? No, Robert. The private investigator his wife hired did that. I just compared notes with her. I headed for the door. The divorce papers will be filed Monday. You have 30 days to move out. The boutique closes tomorrow. I'm done funding your daughter's hobby. You can't do this. Janet wailed. She gave you 5 years. And I gave her everything. House, car, boutique, jewelry. I turned back at the door. Check the prenup again. It's all documented as loans. Due on demand in case of infidelity. I'll fight it. Melissa stood, mascara running. I'll get lawyers. With what money? Your boutique is 6 figures in debt. Your parents are mortgaged to their eyeballs keeping up appearances. And Derek. I smiled. His assets are frozen. The remaining guests were fleeing now, mumbling excuses. Only family remained, staring at me like I was the villain in their story. One more thing. I pulled out a small envelope. Happy anniversary, Melissa. That's from my lawyer. Consider yourself served. I left them there, in my living room, surrounded by divorce party decorations and shattered plans. As I walked to my car, I heard Janet shrieking about unfairness and Melissa sobbing about love. My phone buzzed. A text from Derek's wife. Thank you for lunch yesterday. My lawyer says the prenup information you shared was invaluable. Good luck with your situation. I sat in my car for a moment, looking at the house I'd bought with such hope 6 years ago. Through the window, I could see them scrambling, probably trying to figure out damage control. The banner drooped, letters falling off one by one. Another text, this one from my brother. "Still at the conference? Want to grab a beer?" "Conference ended early," I typed back. "And yes, I have a story for you." As I drove away, I thought about the gifts piled on that table. Fresh start indeed. They'd meant it for Melissa, but in the end, the fresh start would be mine. The divorce would be brutal. Janet and Robert would throw everything they had at it. But I had documentation, evidence, and most importantly, a prenup Melissa had signed while laughing about how we'd never need it. "Forever and always," she'd said that day, kissing me after signing. Forever lasted exactly 5 years. But at least the anniversary party was memorable.